Are you having a bit of deja vu? No, you're not. You have seen this Tundra before. It was in the workshop previously. It's since gone off. It's had a pretty damn sexy satin PPF wrap to the entire vehicle. And I wanted to give it another walk around today because it looked that good in the car park. It's got what qualifies as a 4.2 ton pre-rego GVM kit, but it actually came into us post-rego. So BDS 3-inch suspension kit with the Fox 2.5 remote res shockies, and then it's got the KMC 18x9 POS 30 offset wheels with a 35 12.5 18. In the first video, I didn't actually tell you the wheel and tire offset. We're still playing around with what the Tundras look like through the workshop, whether they need flares, whether you can run them in a non-flared option just like this one here, and how much clearance you're going to get in all of those different suspension kits. But for this one here, it really comes down to the custom paint protection film and how it really has just transformed this entire vehicle, even down to the little fender flares around the wheel arches. The paint on the vehicle itself is obviously the 1G3 graphite color from Toyota. I actually never did a satin PPF. It wasn't really a big thing back when I used to build a lot of 200 series in the past. So getting this color code back into the workshop, I know the Toyota fans love the 1G3 graphite, and it definitely looks the part with the satin film over it. The workshop that has done this one has done a magnificent job, and when it comes down to eye for detail, paint protection film still isn't perfect. What I mean by that is it's not like a vinyl wrap where you can heat it up and you can bend it around every single corner on the vehicle. There still is some limitations, and when you see a good workshop do paint protection film versus when your mate can do it cheaper down the road, it definitely stands out. This is one of the better ones that we've seen. With the front end of this one here, the workshop that did the paint protection film obviously didn't have the cutouts for all of the bits and pieces that are normally just silver on the vehicle. So we've gone and color coded this piece, this piece, this piece around the grille itself. In the first stage, we actually put in the Toyota replacement grille with the Baja Designs LED light, the camera relocation on the front there as well. And as we spin around to the sides, we'll show you the sides of the vehicle. This one has got the factory Toyota side steps. Whether you're wanting electric drop-down side steps, makes getting in and out a little bit easier. But the factory steps on the Tundra, I think, actually look not too bad. With the gloss black accents, the Tundra badge, the door handles, the belt molds underneath the windows themselves, all in gloss black, it really just pops on top of that 1G3 with the satin PPF on the back, over the top of it. And as we swing around to the back end, we can do some pretty cool custom color coordination when it comes to pro spec tinting the tail lights, color coding the bumper itself. So the factory rear bumper is actually silver on the back, so it doesn't look as contrasty when it's a graphite color vehicle with the silver. If it's black, it obviously stands out a fair bit, but we've gone and color coded that one there. The workshop that's done the PPF, I'm assuming, will get these bits measured up, get the film cut and apply them to them at a later date. But with the gloss black 4x4 badge, the rear door handle, it all just ties in really, really nicely. This vehicle here, we did a bit of R&D on its first stage. We got the brackets pre-drawn up for underneath the back seat for the electrical outlets. So Anderson plug, both gray and red on the back there now. And then we've also installed the poly-air airbags in the rear. When it comes to the Tundra models, depending on whether you're just running a factory tub, if you got a drawer set up in the back like this one here has, or if you're going that little bit heavier, a full-time sort of touring spec weight, we've got multiple different coil options in the rear end. So we can go through and we can change out the coils to suit the need for yourself, whether you're wanting to run a nice, comfortable, lightweight setup, or if you're going to carry a fair bit of weight, we can up the coil rate a little bit. But we also recommend doing the airbags next to the coils. With this poly-air airbag setup, it's going to separate from the bottom seat in the airbag itself. So driving this one off-road, you're still going to get that full flex. And when you're towing a trailer on the back end there, the airbags will inflate and it's going to handle the weight of the vehicle and tow really, really nicely. The Tundras are a little bit thirsty when it comes to towing, especially with the bigger trailers. So these things here definitely look the part. I quite like them. Every time I drive one, I really like how they perform around town. It's the perfect daily, weekend warrior, adventure sort of ready to go setup, whether you're wanting to put a fridge in the back, running that one on a little battery box. We've got a few different setups coming for the Tundra as well. So no matter whether you're wanting to do a weekend warrior type build, whether you're wanting that little bit of extra weight, we've got plenty of options to come for the Tundra. roof racks, lighting, front bars, you name it. These Tundras are gonna get better and better looking by the week. And this one here, sorry Aaron, with the green one, I quite like this one. The color code, it's on point. What do you guys think? Ooh. This one here, I almost forgot. I was gonna wrap up the video, but this one has the deck drawers in the back end. And then we've also gone and made some little wing kits on the sides. And it's also got a battery inside one of the sides. I almost forgot that this one had a battery in it, because when you look in the engine bay, there's no aftermarket wiring at all. Under the back seat, it's nice and neat underneath the little plastic panels themselves. So you wouldn't even know that there's aftermarket wiring in this vehicle. It's done that neatly. So shout out to the workshop team. But with the battery set up in the side of the wing itself, we've got the outlets on the back here, little charger port for your phone. Then we've also got the ARB twin compressor, the outlet on this side here, and it all just works really, really nicely. So you got your first aid kits, your bits and pieces in the back end, your outlet for your ARB compressor to pump up those tires. Whether you're running to run like a Max Trax Indeflate from this setup here, or a Moreflate or something similar to pump up multiple tires at a time, this is a perfect setup to get aired up after a beach run. You're gonna be nice and comfortable. Whack a fridge either in the back seat, in the back here, or go for a half deck system, so you can have one half of the drawer set up and then you can have the other side nice and open. Me personally, I like getting the biggest fridge you can fit underneath your tonneau cover. Roll that tonneau cover open and get 2 beers instead of 1 each time you go to the vehicle. I don't think the Tundra might be capable for someone like my height, where you can slide out the fridge, put it over the tailgate, open it up and still be able to reach it. Anything taller than the Tundra size on 35s in this 3-inch kit though, the 1500 Chevys, for example, just that little bit too high. So this setup here is pretty much perfect. I think personally, if I was doing a Tundra build, I'd go for a single drawer from decked in one side. I'd keep the other side nice and open. You got the best of both worlds. Getting that setup installed so you can remove it quite easily would be an option as well. We can definitely assist with that. And I like seeing each Tundra come through the workshop. We've done a few now with the canopies on the back, lightweight canopies that is. We've got some empty ones. We've done the bed slide option, so that whole center can come out. We've tucked some batteries up. So we are thick in the R&D phase of the Tundras, and I look forward to seeing more of them on the road. 4-ton GVM, if it's done pre-rego, you can retain your tow capacity. If that GVM upgrade is wanting to get done post-registration, that extra kilos onto your GVM is going to come off your gross combined mass. So your trailer needs to decrease in weight if you're wanting more GVM on the vehicle itself. So my preference would be get the vehicle into big dog builds before you pick it up from the dealer. We do have a Toyota redirect code. We can give your dealer that code, get the vehicle into the workshop, get a build like this done pre-registration, get the GVM done, get the second stage manufacturing done, get the rest of the build done, and then collect it from your dealership itself. Who wouldn't want that in a Toyota Tundra? If you like this video, guys, check these two down here. If you want to see these things boogie up the beach, this season here's one to watch. That one up there, I'm sure the team will book something special as well.